Hiya. If you like the content that I'm making, and for this very special video in April, please hit the like button, share it with your friends, because they may actually get some interesting feed for what I'm about to speak about. In April, in fact even tomorrow, is World Autism Awareness Week. Day. Apologies. As you can see, I'm rather anxious about this particular subject because it affects 1 in 68 people will get a diagnosis. In the last 3 months, that many people are getting a diagnosis, but it's slow. People around the world are getting diagnoses of autism, and yet governments, even our government, UK government, are saying your autism doesn't matter. And the reason I speak up about autism, I'm even wearing blue to represent and highlight the fact that this needs so much awareness. In 2011, I was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, which is part of the spectrum of autism. And back then, it was rare to see women being diagnosed with autism, and they had only the tools that they could use with men for it. We're a decade on from 2011, and still more and more people are being diagnosed. There are hidden reasons as to why girls are in the background. They mask, they're socialized from a very young age, but they still face struggles even as they get older. They learn to mask all sorts of things. When they've got troubles, they'll mask. I mask. I found over a decade of the hidden realities of having to hide who I am, actually being told to hide my feelings because my feelings aren't valid, my feelings aren't worthy enough, told by professionals, even in something called a mother and baby unit, to hide my feelings around my children. Even though me showing my children that emotions are healthy was a good thing. In this day and age of the social media, plenty of people are out there that will try to make the person who's doing content the bad guy or the bad one, and that's unkind in a world where you're not looking for validation, but you are looking to find a better path ahead, a better way forward. And as needed as it is to tighten the purse strings, and we're all looking for better ways to live life in a world where the living crisis is bad, there are struggles. Everyone has their personal struggles, their personal issues. Autistic people are going to have a lifelong journey of struggle, concern, worry that the non-autistic community have no idea about. They will struggle for the rest of their life on a journey that they will meet in society. They will meet people that don't understand them, that don't want to understand them, but will take the pee out of them on a regular basis. That they choose not to. I've met non-autistic people that choose ignorance instead of understanding, that choose to criticize you instead of assisting you. They'll be on your side for so long, and then the moment that you say enough is enough, thank you for being there, but I know my worth, I know my value, thank you, goodbye. They will turn on you and stick knives if they haven't already been sticking those knives already in. And in a world that's not the world for autism that I value. I've got 2 kids. I've got 3. In fact, I've got 3 children, and currently 2 out of those 3 have autism, and one has struggles, does struggle, and doesn't get the support that he needs. And it's really hard in a world where you're watching, and I hear the struggles of going, where's the support in place? Where is it? That's what I call out to authority figures. Where's the support for someone that you said you were backing, and you said that he was going to get all the support and all his needs met, and he clearly isn't. And the children, for those that have autism, you'll support anybody else that has those same care needs. You'll support them, but everyone isn't made. Who's got autism isn't made all equal. And this autism awareness is about highlighting not just the qualities of autism that work, but it's about recognising the inequalities and making sure that there's an even keel. Both as a mother who has autism and as a parent who watches her children, not necessarily watches them go, but is powerless to stop the abuse has been powerless for the abuse that has gone on so far. Parents who get a diagnosis almost feel that they're powerless to stop, but that what they can do is speak up. Their friends, their families can speak up, their communities can speak up and say, you know what, enough is enough. If you want to stand side by side by someone who's got autism, be by their side, be their listening ear. You don't have to violate them, you don't have to abuse them. What you can do is just be their listening ear. Stand by them. They're not asking for a lot. If you've got a good support network, congratulations, well done. You've done it. But there's always more to do. If you have sleepless nights, I promise you, the insomnia never stops. The insomnia. For a parent who has insomnia, you kind of navigate those waters. I've struggled with insomnia for over a decade, and that's my little ocean of waters to navigate. So that's not something new, but hopefully. And I've also masked that. I was watching a program if anyone wants to understand what masking is, there's a program on BBC iPlayer called In the Autistic Mind by Chris Packham. Chris Packham opened up about his diagnosis on Springwatch, which opened up the channels for him to make this documentary about autism. And I've rewatched it again, and I completely get what he means when he talks about masking, especially in girls. He talks about girls in particular. This girls, obviously boys on the spectrum is one thing, but he talks about girls on the spectrum too. And it is that masking where you can put on a mask, you can show to the world all the things that you need to show them because that's what's accepted. Society has this expectation for people on the spectrum, for those that are high functioning autistic people. You have this level of expectation that you have to meet. When you go out into the world, you show them that you can show Joe Blogs of who takes you to A to B, that mask. No one else sees what you do behind the scenes. No one will see what you do in private because it's just what you show to the world. When you unmask, then you have all these things that happen, behaviours, traits that no one else will see. Unless you give them permission for that to happen. This video is very short, but it's something that needs to be addressed. But it needs to be addressed in a very sensitive time frame. This isn't an April Fool. This isn't a joke. Specifically with a week I'm going to make this a month of autism awareness. I'm not just going to make this a day or two, because one day will not address the issues that have been laid astonishingly bare by Ms. Reeves' statement, by saying that she's targeting those with mental health issues. I get the fact that she thinks that work will pay, but for those on the autism spectrum, those that have difficulty, you're taking away everything that people use in order to get through day to day. And those on the autism spectrum in particular have difficulty. How you can I would like to see you, Ms. Reeves, take away your family's second home and then see how they last, because you've got more money than sense. But on that note, I'm going to wish you a good day. Hope you have a lovely day, and hope you don't get pranked too often by your mates. Take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Share.